Reach, remember us? It's the NUFC fans forum back again with all the latest goings on from the incredible world of Newcastle United. We did one last week, it should be pointed out, and then within about 2 hours of us recording it, it was all rendered completely redundant by Amanda Stavely. So we're going to try again, and hopefully this won't be the catalyst for another major development.
And let's hope the two aren't rendered useless by Amanda Stavely.
What do you mean by that?
Well, because you just said this whole thing was rendered useless by Amanda Stavely last week.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, let's not put that thought in my head. We're going to start with the football, because that's allegedly what this is supposed to be about. Form has picked up. We very smartly didn't do a single one of these over Christmas, which meant we missed a 9-game winless streak, thank God. But we've won a game. We've won 2 games now. Anyone? Well, there was 4 results we had. I know we talked about this last time, but
it doesn't matter because nobody's seen it.
Let's just quickly skim over
Nobody was watching.
Let's quickly skim over this. 7 points from those 4 matches. Swansea. Not Swansea.
No, we haven't
Stoke.
played.
Come on, you can do it.
Stoke, West Ham, Man City, and Brighton.
7.
Would you take 7 points at the start of that? Given the run we were on.
Oh, given the run we were on, yeah, absolutely. 7 points.
Simon, the man who's never happy?
Yeah.
You would have done?
No, I would, yeah.
At the end of it, though, do you think that was a good set of results, or do you think, given that we've got the 2 away wins, we should definitely then have got a home win, and we should be looking at 10 points out of 12?
I would say so. We definitely should be Brighton.
But how are you feeling about our predicament now? We're 13th still.
That whole middle to bottom part of the league is like interchangeable every couple of weeks.
We're two bad results away from catastrophe again, but at the same token, we're 2 wins away from being supremely confident that we're secure.
I'm not sure about that.
Who is?
No, I don't mean like correctly supremely confident.
Secure in our heads.
Like if Crystal Palace, missed those 2 last-minute penalties, if they'd scored those, it'd be 10th.
Yeah.
10th.
Yeah, but when we were on that, at the start of the season, when we had our little streak of wins, and everyone was like, oh, Newcastle are flying up the table, and it was the same story of, oh, look, we're only a couple of defeats away, and then we went on that humongously terrible run.
That's very true.
Yeah.
We've almost been Pardew levels of streaky this season, haven't we? Best ever start the Premier League season, best ever 8-game start, and then the worst ever 16 games or something, and now we're 13th.
Aye.
It's Newcastle for you, though,
I was going to say, it's the team we've been watching for years now.
Would you put that down to Lascelles? Just simply when Lascelles plays, we're good, and when he doesn't, we're not.
I can't understand that, though.
I
don't think he's that good.
I know that there's not necessarily a correlation, just because it's visible.
But that clearly is because of the data.
Statistically speaking, yeah, there is. But I mean, I'm a Lascelles fan. I do enjoy him. I don't know if it's necessarily. He's just not just him. He's just a bit of both, really. Just a lovely lad. Just a lovely bloke. Proper nice lad for having a pint with. But yeah, I don't think necessarily it's down to him. Perhaps maybe leadership qualities. Perhaps I don't know if the Rafa sees him as the captain and when he's there, they seem to do better. I don't know. Maybe
that has been talked about this week, by fans. Go on. Just people saying that Lascelles' influence as a leader is there.
Oh, he's clearly got his head screwed on the right way. They obviously do look to him quite a bit. We do.
It's the same sort of thing as Kevin Nolan. You wouldn't necessarily call him the most intelligent footballer or the best footballer.
I wouldn't have called him that at all.
No, but he would like.
Good to have around.
He had a good effect, didn't he?
Basically, did that. To the team.
I think going to my head, honestly, I think Kieran Clark's a better defender than Jamal Lascelles. I think Florian Lejeune is a better defender than Jamal Lascelles.
Chancellor Mbemba's better than both.
Yeah, but it's one of those, isn't it? You've got to balance actual ability with what it brings to the team. And obviously we seem more noticeably, we've got more of an arsehole about it as a squad when Lascelles plays. Nobody seems to down tool us. No, you know what I mean? In that Cockney
Jamal
sense of
Lascelles
arsehole meaning courage.
Arsehole of the team.
He brings
the heart of the team.
He's the heart.
There you go.
And without an arsehole, without a heart, you can't have an arsehole.
No.
That's science. Given our predicament, because I mean we are still fairly close to the bottom of the table. Let's not mess about. Strong side against Luton in the cup. How did you feel when you saw that 11?
I'm very happy. I understand. I get it. So I understand the scepticism of using your best players for a cup competition and maybe not keeping them fresh for leagues and stuff like that. But in terms of the years I personally have complained when Newcastle have not taken cup seriously and they've gone second to the league. It was refreshing to see. It's a Rafa move. Of course, there's obviously the thing of if anything big had happened during the game and you've got a player who's out for the rest of the season or whatever.
It looked that we nearly lost ourselves.
I mean, that was...
But apparently he's fine. We're hearing.
Yeah, it's one of them. will not be
Yes,
complaining if we
getting
win the
reports.
FA Cup, but at the same time, if we get relegated, you'll
I
be
think
looking
that's
back
fair
at
to
that.
say I
and
won't be
thinking,
complaining about anything if we win the FA Cup.
No.
I think
Never
that's,
again.
that's a
Never
fair
in my
call.
life.
No.
I'll even.
Yeah,
I'll
I
even
will happily.
smile.
What did we make of the performance? Because were you there?
I wasn't there.
I was there. Hey!
I was in Dumfries.
You were there. Why were you there, Alan? What was the big occasion? Reason why you
My
going
friend
up?
got us a ticket for my
There
birthday.
you go.
Thanks, Gordon.
There you
Yeah, it was really refreshing. I mean, if you'd watched the game not knowing which one was the Premier League side and which one was the League Two side, you wouldn't have guessed that's how far apart they were. Like Luton they got in behind a couple of times.
Flying the one there in League Two.
Yeah, they're doing well.
Yeah, like they got in a couple of times where a better ball would have really had us in trouble. But you got the impression that we weren't not so much trying, but we weren't overly exerting ourselves. We kept the ball. Nobody was really breaking their neck to do anything. And then we just got 3 goals very comfortably.
Yeah.
At the end of the first half, and then they scored. Problems all of our own making. We'll get on to Freddie Woodman in a bit. And then after they scored, I think everyone on the ground was expecting them to like really start going for us, and the lads just didn't let them have a sniff for about 10 or 15 minutes after that. They hit the bar. They had a couple of good chances as the game went on, but
They had that offside goal. didn't they?
the TV replays of that haven't done it justice because he scores, right? Luton fans go mental. Flag and the whistle are straight away. They are straight away.
Right.
Immediate.
Freddie Woodman, I think it just literally as soon as he gets up, he's ready to play on. The lad runs across because the Luton had like most of that top bit of the ground, and he runs all the way across, giving it that the whole way across the entire touchline of the pitch, right? Gets to the corner, and everyone's laughing at this. The ground's like everyone's laughing, yeah. And he's still standing there doing this, and everyone's like, I can't believe he hasn't noticed. And it's the longest I've ever seen it go on. Like it must have been from the ball hit the back of the net to him realising he was offside. It must be coming up a full minute.
Was it?
And he turns around, right? He's obviously wondering why nobody's celebrating with him. He turns around, and then he just stops. And the hands go on the head like that, and the cheer that went up
Yes,
from
I
the
bet the
stage,
fans
it
were
was
enjoying a bit of
brilliant.
that. Yeah.
That bit was played in the 3 seconds of BBC highlights that they played.
Well, I've seen the
Hands on his
highlights.
head.
I've seen the highlights of it, but it's he scores and then he puts his hands on his head.
Yeah, that's
He
right,
very
sure.
slowly trots all the way
Yeah,
along
yeah.
the touchline. It's brilliant. Then they hit the bar. So I mean, technically, a bad linesman. They get given that goal. Rob Lee's son hits the bar. It looked like we had 4 or 5 other levels to go up, and if they'd got us in any real bother, they would have done. Dwight Gale looks like he's got some kind of witch's curse on him at the minute. He kind of
Kind of hit a cow's arse.
which is, I mean, fair enough given how spawny his Chelsea goal was and his Man United goal to an extent.
Yeah.
He looks. I've never seen anybody take a bigger strop for not getting a pass against Luton. You're 3-0 up against Luton, and Perez was probably arguably in a slightly better position than he was to take the shot on, and he didn't get the ball, and he walked around like this for about 5 minutes.
He walks like that all the time.
I think he just looks like that.
Even more.
He's got the big.
Even more than his little walk.
Yeah.
He needs a goal though.
He does.
I would be furious as well.
Strikers live on goals.
They
as
do
they
live
say.
on goals, as I say, but I think it's annoying because he had that little. I'm not saying they were great goals, but he did have a little like a streak, didn't he, where he was scoring? And I've always thought Gale's not quite a Premier League striker, but then I thought maybe he's turned the corner, maybe he's found a way. He's going to do like the Filippo Inzaghi for us. He's going to just score goals, even though he's garbage. He's going to come off his arsehole and go in the back of the net. And unfortunately, that
Come off
seems to
Lascelles.
come off Lascelles, awesome one, and it hasn't quite gone that way, really, has it?
What did you
I
make
put him
of
in
the-
my fantasy football.
at the
Did you?
start of the season?
Which is,
Of course.
guess where I am?
When he's
You bottom.
Yes.
You're
cruising
now.
at the
Good.
top, obviously. Yeah.
In the NUFC fans league, I'm like 197th.
Wow.
Wow.
Thanks, Dwight.
Wow.
But I've got Alexander Lacazette and
Benteke.
Benteke, which should have been, they should have covered us.
Yeah?
But I left
Messed
Zaha
that.
on the bench for the entire season.
That was silly.
Uh,
You never
Didn't log
change
in.
your team, have
I
you?
only logged in yesterday.
You've got loads of
Yeah.
injured players. It's a bit of a...
It's hard work.
When we
It's
know
hard
we've
work.
got him in the weekly fixture in the office, I was like, oh,
I would have
3
beat
points here.
James.
Three.
He's furious
was
about
abs-
it.
yeah, that-
Furious.
James
How
Hunt.
unlucky is after? He's had
Oh, you'd have hated
Benteke.
that.
He's had Benteke
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
start of the season. He's never played, never got a single point.
Right.
He hasn't bothered changing his side. James gets him in the head-to-head, and it's the game that brought Benteke. What do you get, a hat-trick and assist or
Yeah.
something?
Wow.
And he's still
That was
captain.
it. That's the only one.
That's it.
Just sat there, still captain from the
I think
first
I won
game.
2
I like that.
games, 2
Fantastic.
head-to-heads.
Luton beat them, and we got Chelsea. Or
No.
they played Norwich.
They haven't. Everybody's just writing Norwich off. Plucky Norwich.
Yes, this is an issue.
Setting up the narrative of the Murphy brothers
Yeah.
reunion. But
Exactly.
see, we got the wrong one.
Yeah, it's going to be Chelsea though.
Actually, just an aside, I think Murphy's been a lot better in recent weeks.
Put it this way,
Seems to be growing into the squad.
since the last time I was on here, which was quite a while ago, I actually have noticed Murphy in a few
Yeah.
games, which is far more than
Yeah.
I ever thought we were going to get, because I honestly didn't think he was making an impact at all. But most of the games we got beaten, actually, he was probably one of our better
man
players.
of the match. And I know it was Luton,
It's Luton.
but he looked, every time he got the ball, he was beating his man and getting the cross in. And it was
He can
usually
do
good
that.
delivery.
He can do that definitely, which is
He's got it in his locker.
a lot
Yeah.
of people are fans of Matt Ritchie, but Matt
Doesn't beat
Ritchie
a man.
does not have that. Doesn't
No.
beat a man. His balls
Not
in the
even
box at the
against-
minute are poor.
Even against Luton, he still wasn't going past people, which was frustrating a lot of people. But anyway,
Doesn't have the pace.
let's just say Chelsea go through.
Okay.
Now, this
Sorry,
is the problem with this.
Yeah.
We've not had to worry about the problems of the FA Cup for a long time. But the problem we've got is that game, whoever we have, is 2 or 3 days before Burnley at home, and Burnley don't have a game.
Right.
So, what would you do if you were Rafa Benitez? Would you again put your strongest side out against Norwich or Chelsea?
We had this conversation in the chapter that was never released.
Yes.
And I said I would always put my first team out.
Right.
Rafa obviously listened. He must have
Obviously.
sent it to him or something.
I did, yeah.
I would do it
He
again.
edits them.
I don't think there's an excuse for saying that professional footballers need more than 3 days between games. They're
No.
playing PlayStation.
Not the way the modern game is, I don't think so.
They should stop going to Go Ape and just play
Oh,
some
God.
training instead.
Oh,
We're going to
dear.
mention that.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to.
We're gonna
aren't we?
have to,
So
aren't you?
Can't lead in with that now, can you?
So, would you play full strength squad against the next round?
I think so. I mean, I understand the argument of not, but I think I'd rather see us get something than if we get relegated and win the FA Cup. I'll take that controversial
yeah,
fun.
but-
I would take that.
There's also the possibility that you get relegated and only get like the 6th round.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. We're talking about the eventuality where we've reached the end and we've won the FA Cup
The real
and we got
question, the
relegated.
real question is, would you rather get relegated having had to go in the FA Cup?
No.
'Cause that's all you
That's
can
the one.
guarantee.
Yeah, I understand. That's what I'm saying. I understand the argument. I don't know. I think I'm a
Realistically-
side there. First team.
It might not matter. We might get a couple.
Exactly.
Of
So I'm going to say,
Yeah.
realistically, it's the 28th of January when we
Yeah.
get that.
I'm my dreaming. Yeah.
So we're going to lose Shelby and Bemba and Mitrovic by then, and then we might get one player in, so we'll have a much worse squad.
Yeah.
And we'll lose.
Well, it's a nice little segue onto the next point. We didn't put this out because it looked for all the world that takeover was done. We've been stood here writing it off, and it looked for all the world that Manda Stavely was a venture.
I think you'll find, actually, I didn't say that. I said
you
yes.
said you said yes this season sometime.
Yes, because I'm always right.
What's the company called? Venture, Dubeda.
Candival.
Cantival, that was close. Amanda Stavey set that up, and the expert legal advice from the people of the internet is that you wouldn't do that unless it was a holding company for a big thing you're about to buy. Now,
Because
shock
it's what
and,
Mike Ashley did.
shock and awe, our friend Chris Waff at the Chronicle rang up Amanda Stavey's office and said, "Is this because she's buying the club?" And
The
presumably
secretary.
the receptionist just said,
Who are
"No."
you? How did you get my number?
So who
Stop
knows
calling me
who
Chris.
knows what to think in this scenario. But it's been a week still, and nothing's happened yet. Are we starting to worry?
I don't think anybody ever stops worrying with Newcastle. I think that's. But I don't know.
Do you think? Is there any doubt in your mind that this company she's set up is to buy us?
I'm not an economist, but I think
Because you had to admit
shockingly,
that.
But I think that it is. It's the same thing like Ashley did. He set up St James's Holdings, like pretty much straight before that.
I just want it to be now, though. I want it to be now, though, so we can buy some players.
It can't be now. Yeah, that's the problem.
Because it takes too long. They have to check whether
Because
it's
you
not
didn't
like
fit
a
in proper
Raj.
person. Yeah, but at least it's sorted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if it's sorted, then we can buy some
To be
bloody
honest,
footballers.
I think if it wasn't happening, it would have already not happened.
That's an interesting take. Yeah, you don't hear that a lot yet. If it wasn't going to happen, it would have not happened. It would have all been pulled out.
You probably just wouldn't have seen anything to do with it, would you? I think
Exactly.
that's the fact. There's even like little
We'll hear
bits.
about it in
yeah.
6 years' time. Do you remember there was this lass?
The time we-
Remember that lass that bought Liverpool
lass,
that
yeah.
time? She almost bought Newcastle. That's what it would be.
Yeah.
Bonnie here.
Like it was with the Man City. Take
Aye.
over.
Rafa says this got blew out of proportion by every corner of the press. Benitez said
Yeah,
in his
surely
press
not.
conference, they asked him, "Do you know what your transfer budget is?" I don't know what my transfer budget is. Would any manager have said yes to that?
I can't imagine so.
Would Klopp have said yes? I know what it is, or told them how much it was? I just
Chris
seems a bit-
Coleman knows exactly what his
He
is.
would
Yeah,
have
but
told
even he
him.
won't. Even he won't say he knows what it is, will he?
Yeah. No, I don't think. I think it just gets all of it gets blown out of proportion because of who's involved, who the players are.
Who we are?
Yeah.
Because they know we'll all read a paper or click on an article if it looks
Look
like
at
something
look
bad's
at the
happening.
stats that were released about Sky Sports viewing figures. The matches,
I've seen this.
Newcastle's matches were like all the top ones.
Really?
Oh yeah, is that
I
true?
had a much
Massive
better,
club.
I had a much better stat than that because I could remember the actual.
Forgotten.
Ah,
games.
yes,
I've
you've
forgotten.
got
Make
it
it up.
time.
It was.
We'll
was something
qualify
like
that you've made this up.
Yeah.
the game was better than
You'll
the
put a little
Liverpool
star
Chelsea
into-
game.
Yeah.
The last
What
Newcastle
game?
game that was on telly.
What us versus?
Yes. Yes,
Who do
them.
we have last on TV?
Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
Oh, I was there.
That's not what I asked. Oh no, that was a Saturday.
It
3 o'clock.
wasn't Everton.
Well, Everton was the evening game.
Palace. We haven't played Palace.
Everton was the evening game.
Everton was the evening game.
It
You
was
were at.
ages ago that now though.
It was a while ago.
Might have been Everton then.
Anyway, we're
Anywho,
better. So yes, but you get more eyes on, product if you talk about Newcastle or play Newcastle, even if it's not Newcastle fans. I don't know why that is, but it seems to be the
That's
case.
interesting, huh?
So newspapers
Everyone's
generate
second
things.
favourite club.
Like look at
Haven't you
them.
heard?
Yeah, look at the Mirror going with the Beardsley story, the way they did.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Well, that's the set. We'll have to bring this up now. I've not read the details of this. Have you?
So all you have to do is read the back page of the Mirror, which has what he allegedly said
And is
as
that-
the
I
headline.
haven't-
Is that the? There's no like wider thing. It's just he's alleged to have made X, Y, and Z comments.
And then some other players have come out and said that he bullied them. Obviously, he's had this situation before. There was
Yeah,
two
it has come up
players,
before, yeah.
but it was overturned and he got away. With it.
Got away with it.
He got found not
He
guilty.
got
Yes.
found not guilty. Yes.
But apparently, this is a couple of instances all coming into one.
If there's any truth to it, he's got to go, hasn't he? We're all
Well, he's been
Yeah.
basically suspended now, pending an investigation. He went in the club today to do training and he's got sent away.
Oh, interesting.
I know
just read
it's
that.
Peter Beardsley. I love Peter Beardsley,
Yeah.
massive part of my childhood. But if there's any truth to that, sorry, like, got to go. Give it
There's
a
no-
shot.
This is no excuse, but he's a bad coach anyway. So
No, I think we've established he's a bad coach. Unfortunately, he's got a job with us because he's Peter Beardsley and he's just someone.
I think a lot of people have been thinking of him increasingly the same way that they think of Bob Moncur. Bob Moncur, who was an absolute club legend and is now on the sort of trash pile, American, because of he's like best buds with Mike Ashley and Mr. Charlie.
I've enjoyed the hospitality of Mr. Bob Moncur on a few occasions,
Are you-
so I'm not
No,
gonna run the lad down.
Because he does
I'm
like
s-
that
I'm
hospitality.
saying this because I don't agree with it. Bob used to drink in the bar that I ran.
Ran. Used to run a bar.
I did.
Gonna get the
Into
bottom
the
of this.
ground.
Into the yeah.
Which bar?
It was the Beaconsfield.
We used to run the Beaconsfield. What are you doing here?
I decided I wanted a life.
What are you doing here? Writing my script.
Not, I know, yeah. Uncredited.
I'll credit. I'm a good guy. Yeah, like I know Bob Moncur gets a lot of flack for being very pro the establishment,
He's boss.
very pro the regime. But exactly,
Who's going to come out exactly and publicly diss their boss? There we go with the American words again. What's happening here?
right there.
Yeah, go on, lad. You're on air.
I think if it's true, he's got to go. It's sad. It tarnishes a lot of my childhood because I bloody love Peter Beardsley. But if it's true, he's got to go.
Well, given all the stuff that's happened
Yeah.
elsewhere, not necessarily in football, but I think I'm pretty used to this now. So heroes being torn down and stuff.
starting
It's a
to
shame,
smell, isn't it?
and it's sad to see it
It gets to
happening.
the stage now, and when you see a load of people talking about someone you like on Twitter, you're praying they're dead.
Yeah,
Like, that's it.
yeah. You're praying that that's the reason they're trending,
Yeah.
basically.
Please,
Unless
please
it's a
just
woman.
died.
And then it's usually fine. It's just us, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, we're awful. Yeah. Men are.
Oh, we are
men are
bad.
fundamentally
Men are
broken.
trash.
We're
We are
fundamentally broken.
garbage.
Every single one of us.
We are garbage.
Just taking it.
Good job, no women.
Let's have a moment. Let's just have a
Good job,
moment.
no women
Good job,
watch
no
this,
one
innit?
paying attention. Oh,
I know
Anyway.
that was the most positively feminist thing we've ever said.
You've ever said.
I've ever said.
Actually, I'm saying no women
No,
watch
I'm-
this. I have seen the analytics. It's something like 4%,
Yeah.
just less than 1 in 20. But they're out there.
Yeah. Oh,
Ladies.
Yeah.
Ladies.
And I like how you choose to address them with a wink and a finger shot. Excellent.
Right, Beardsley's got to go. We should play
He
with
does.
strongest team in the cup.
We should.
We're probably going to be out eating the league. We
The
might even buy
triumvirate
some
of
players.
transfers that I mentioned in passing, we should talk about.
What
yeah.
names have we all seen linked? I mean, I've
Not
heard,
linked, I mean away.
I've heard talks have already
To
gone
leave.
on between Bordeaux and us for Mitrovic. Massive shame, but if he hasn't got anywhere near the squad the last
He is a
couple of weeks,
massive
he's gone.
shame.
Yeah, he is a massive shame.
He's the embodiment.
I
of
do
that.
think, and
So you're
this,
not-
I do think a different manager. I think a different manager would have got something out of him. I don't think would have had a net benefit for the players he wouldn't then have got something out of. But I don't think the kind of manager who would have turned Mitrovic into a decent striker would have made Kieran Clark look solid at the back.
No.
I'll give him that.
I think it'll be a shame. It'll be a shame because I would have quite liked to see what would have happened if I know he got sent off a lot, and that's always a stick line with this one. But
A lot though.
John Shelby got sent off more.
Yeah, I was going to say John Shelby gets and continues to play from a poor attitude perspective. I don't know.
It's discipline on the pitch, isn't it? Rafa obviously doesn't trust Shelby not to let him down, but he does trust him when he puts him on the pitch. He'll do what he's told. He'll take up the position he tells him to. He'll play the game he tells him to. Why likes dumb it?
What's going to annoy me is when Mitrovic goes to Marseille and becomes an absolute goal machine.
This is what I was going to say. He'll go to Bordeaux as a stepping
Bordeaux.
stone,
My apologies.
and then he'll end up at somewhere like Marseille because he'll score 40 goals in the next 2 seasons.
Yeah.
The annoying thing won't be that happening. The annoying thing will be anybody who wants to use that as a rod to criticise Rafa.
Yes.
Well, look, he scored bloody 40 goals for Grosjean Bordeaux.
It doesn't matter who we get rid of. It's been happening since the dawn of time.
To be fair, Tovan's absolutely setting the world on fire at Marseille.
Absolutely.
It's almost the French league is not very good.
Would you say that? It's almost like defences in the French league are nowhere near as good as they are in the Premier League.
Feminism, we're now going to do xenophobia and stereotyping.
I see.
Francophobia.
Yeah, Francophobia. There you go.
What? Are we scared of them?
I don't know. Ribery's not the best looking bloke, is he?
Come on now. That's sexism.
Now we've turned that really low. Now we've hit the gutter.
I've gone off.
We've hit the gutter.
I've gone mad. I forget that people watch this. That's the only problem.
He doesn't.
How do you know?
I don't know.
We get viewers. We get international viewers.
Franck.
Bonjour, Franck.
Hola, Franck.
Hola, madame. Wow, this is
Transfers.
Yeah,
Transfers.
I haven't heard any names coming in really, other than.
I think we need to talk about Shelby. It's been linked.
Simon, you have a big. You want to get who's going out, Simon? Tell me who's going out because you've got this.
I'm coming. So yeah, Shelby's been linked to West Ham.
Why?
For 12 million.
Why?
I don't really know. But hopefully because. Well, it'll be
because they want to buy him. Hopefully.
Why do they?
Yeah. Why do they want to buy him?
Fingers crossed, like
because Mark Noble is like living on past glories that he never even did.
Right.
So that's why they want Shelby.
There you go.
Is it just because West Ham are Brexit FC and John Joe Shelby looks...
Is that what you were doing?
No,
right.
I've just
looks like
on the
what?
table now.
What does he look like?
Voldemort.
Just good. John Joe Shelby's probably the only
good
affordable...
old-fashioned wizard.
The only affordable...
midfield.
The only affordable British Premier League footballer you could buy, isn't he? English. Everyone else would cost you loads of money, but you.
What about one of these Burnley lads, the up-and-coming English Burnley lads?
They haven't got caps though.
That's true. They haven't got caps.
As soon as they get a cap,
it could be Hamas. It could be Hamas sympathisers until you get a cap. West Ham.
There's a lot of allegations flying around.
I know.
There is, isn't there?
It's the first one back.
There's no allegedly's kicking around either.
What's he called?
Allegedly.
Ashley Jensen. No, that's a lass.
From Ashley Judd.
The ex. Ashley Judd plays for Burnley.
I don't know.
Does she?
I think Dice should get a solid 7 out of 10 performance out of it.
This has descended rather quickly, hasn't it?
He needs to clear his throat.
He does.
It's been going on too long.
I think we played very well.
Also, Mbemba
has
been linked to Chelsea in Scotland.
Really?
No, Celtic.
Chelsea.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Chelsea.
I was like, Chelsea.
Chelsea. I was thinking there. He hasn't been that good.
That's an outlandish.
I know, and he would also be the greatest player who's ever played in Scotland, apart from your dad.
Thanks. Very good save there. Yes, very good.
Wow.
Yeah, he would look like Van Dijk up there, wouldn't he?
Would he?
He would?
He would?
Would he?
Oh, don't say you're not a fan of Mbemba. Oh, that's a sigh.
Whoa. He's got a massive member.
Oh, no.
Do you know what? I've got a theory. I've got a theory, right? The corner and the away fans need to stop making up songs about our players, because everyone that do turns out to be cack. Mbemba got a song straight away, has never been the player that he looks. Mitrovic, I mean, that's it.
That's it. Yeah,
that's about it.
The Leeds
I'm sure there's other ones.
The Leeds game last season, this bloke came down and punched me mate. Like literally half time, socked him in the face. Socked him in the face.
Sock him good.
He was sat there, he was a bit pissed on his own, just singing the Mbemba song, and it's the exact same tune as a really famous Leeds song.
Leeds, yeah.
And the Leeds fans were singing that, and he was sat there doing the Mbemba song instead. And at half time, this bloke came up on the concourse and went, "Aye, a lot of nerves sitting there, like."
Thinking he was a Leeds
and he's
fan.
like, "What are you on about?" You're like, "Aye." And then there was just this awkward pause, and he just went, "Bop," got him in the face, and walked. Didn't hit him hard enough. And he walked off, and I was like, that guy's just hit us in the face. He's like, he kept saying brave. Like, you think you're a Leeds fan, mate? And then there was like 4 of us here. Everyone kept pointing like, mate, he's not a Leeds fan. He came over and apologised at the end for punching a man in the face in the ground.
Yeah.
You was obviously all leapt to his
Yeah, I was
assistance.
gonna
All
s-
four of you against this man. All right.
If he had been there,
He came back,
if he'd been, I tell you,
let me at him. So we think Shelby's going and Ben was going. Mitrovic is going.
I hope Mbemba doesn't.
who would we like to see in if we had one? If you could get one transfer,
Alexis Sanchez.
well, one realistic transfer. As much as I know you believe Amanda Staley's going to turn up and give us
Apparently,
billions.
the only name
of
I've heard
pounds.
linked with any genuine seriousness is Kika Casilla.
Oh, because
Oh, we did a whole bit about him,
Yeah,
didn't we?
Yeah.
Madrid are buying that keeper called Keeper or Kepa, whatever he's called. Yeah.
Aye.
But
Apparently that was one of the big things that we didn't mention. We mentioned this last time, but didn't make it aware. Probably one of the big things that came out lately was that we had it agreed, all in principle, all done, to buy Real Madrid's sub goalie Kika Casilla, and then Madrid couldn't get another replacement in, so cancelled it, and apparently feel really guilty about it and been promising him he can move.
Really?
Yeah, that's nice of them. In a
Probably
way.
just not to us. They moved to somebody else.
Yeah,
maybe.
that's how I look like.
Yeah.
They feel so guilty they don't want him to play for Newcastle.
Yeah. That's it. We don't want to send you there. You deserve better than that.
We
Yeah.
can't do that to you, man.
It's
We
freezing
heard all
over
these horror
there.
stories from Santiago Munez.
Really?
Carl Darlow. Song about Carl Darlow.
He's alright though. He had a blinder against Stoke.
Aye, but he's not very good at it.
Cleary-esque it was called in some quarters that before.
Exactly.
Christ
Come back to
almighty.
us.
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you want to see us by then? Because you brought the question up.
Who do I want to see us buy? Assuming that Shelby leaves, and obviously Mitrovic leaves, and Mbemba leaves.
Yep. 3.5 minutes on the card, mate.
All right. Who would I like to see? Oh, that's a good question. A striker.
Yeah.
I will go Daniel Sturridge. I'll take Daniel Sturridge.
Would you have Sturridge?
I'd take Sturridge.
We had this
No, I
conversation.
I know you might not, but I would.
I'd-
Because I think he would turn up for at least half a season, and he'd get out of the mess we're in.
I would have him on loan with a view to buy.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
For about 10 or 12 million.
Yeah.
That's what I'd pay for him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd have him because he's better than what we've got.
He'd improve the
but
squad.
I just think his injuries would be a concern.
They would, but you could do the Adebayo effect where he comes to the club, he's raker for the first half, like for half a season.
See,
do
the
you know what you're gonna
Gibril
say
Cisse,
And then-
no, the Papi Stemba Cisse effect, I think you'll
That
find.
thing.
Yes.
Sorry, yes, that thing. Yeah,
Let's not
that's the
bring
one.
Adebayo.
Yeah, let's not bring it up. Oh,
Why
touchy
you-
subject.
It's a touchy subject.
Why?
It's not really. I just don't like him.
Oh.
I like Cisse more.
Okay.
There you go. And that's
there's no common thread between the two that could make you bring those up as people you like. Footballers.
Ooh.
Who do you want?
Well,
Who do you want?
honestly, I don't know. Because it doesn't matter.
Thank you very much for joining us.
I'll suggest like good players and that, and then
Go on.
and then they won't fit into the system.
Go on.
You have to buy players that fit into Rafa's
Go on.
system,
So
which is why we're
just
selling them.
just
ones.
one
Go on,
player.
keep going higher.
Go on.
I don't know. Who do I want?
What position would you like?
Striker.
I would
Striker,
probably-
clearly.
I think Danny Ings is the most likely.
Yeah.
I don't know whether he knows how to play football.
Would you pick Ings over Sturridge?
Yeah, well, your injury patter.
I mean, that's a bold
But he hasn't been injured for a long time. He just hasn't been anywhere near the team.
Very true.
or
Whereas
fit enough.
Sturridge comes in, gets injured, goes out. Comes
The only,
in, gets injured,
the only
goes out.
thing with that though is what does Danny Ings offer us that Dwight Gale doesn't? Like they're very similar players.
I think his finishing's better.
But I
Dwight
think
Gale's movement is all right, but to be honest, you're right in that respect. I don't give you credit very often, but neither of them should play as a one.
yes,
And we need
definitely
a
need.
striker who plays as a one. I'll tell you, Peter Crouch.
Oh.
Would you still go back in for Lucas Perez, or did he move in the end from Arsenal?
I think he might have moved, and if he hasn't, I wouldn't want him anywhere near the tune. Put it that way.
Why?
I just don't think. I
Too
think that'd be
many
better.
Perezes.
I think that's better. I think that's better players we could get.
There's better Perez,
There's
isn't there? Never mind
Perezes,
better
yeah,
players.
exactly.
Lionel.
Lionel, Lucas.
Yeah.
I
That's
just
the
went,
same
yeah,
one.
that's one.
He's
What's
better than
Cool.
Who's the
himself.
one at Madrid? Who cares?
Well,
Oh,
let's-
Tony.
got 24 seconds.
24
Just wrap it
seconds.
up, so I have to
Wrap
put
it
the
up.
thing back on.
Come on then.
Thanks so much for joining us on this NFC Fans Forum. I've been Adam, Adam Q, Adam Nicholas here,
It's Adam Nicholas.
and Ty Gallagher.
That's how you
We
want
are
it.
at NUFC Fans. We'll be back God knows when, but probably too soon for the likes of you. Until next time, goodbye, share, subscribe, tell all your friends how are the lads, etc., 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 etc.
Go, lads.
Simon?
Goodbye.